Welcome to Flash CS6 Tutorial 27, Submarine Game Part 2. It's a follow-up to Flash CS6 Tutorial 26, which is called Submarine Game, and that's what I have opened on my computer. And right now, if I just test it out, we see gravity holds it down. If I press the button, it goes up, and it's going quite quickly at a rate of 10 pixels. So I want to change that, first of all. So we're back on the main timeline, lock all my layers, select the actions layer right here, open the actions panel, go up to the very top line, put an enter, and make another variable. Type, VAR, I'm calling it GR, capital G, speed, S-P-E-E-D, colon, number, capital N-U-M-B-E-R. As you start to type this word number, there will be a drop-down menu. If you see the word number, you can press enter, or you can type it out, equals 0, semicolon. I'm calling that the speed of my, it's actually gravity speed, but it's the speed that this submarine goes up and down when we press on the button or not press on the button. So let's look down here, down here, where we're making the speed increment by 10. This is when the sub is incrementing by -10 when we're pressing the button, which will bring the sub up at a rate of -10 while I'm clicking the button. We want to change that. We want that new variable I made called speed. We want that to do something. So right here, you can either delete that or click in front of it and put 2 forward slashes, put an enter, and type this code. Gravity speed, that's that variable we just made, minus equals 1, semicolon. So that means every time it goes through this loop, the gravity speed becomes less, more negative, which will speed, it'll start to go up slowly as you press the button, and the higher you get, the quicker it'll move. Now, when we don't press the button and gravity's sending it down the page, we want to highlight that out, 2 forward slashes, and type this code. Again, GR speed, that's that variable, plus equals 1, semicolon. So now when we're not pressing the button, it'll come down the page. It'll start at 1. The next time it goes through, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to get faster and faster and faster. Come down here after this, close curly bracket, put a couple enters, and type this code. Okay, here's that new code. It's an if statement, and it says if, open bracket, GR speed, that's that gravity speed, if it's greater than 5, close bracket, that's as fast as we want this acceleration to be, is 5. So this is limiting it to 5. If you want to limit it to 10, that's up to you. Then I got an open curly bracket. I'm saying if it's greater than 5, then gravity speed, GR-SPED, equals 5, semicolon, and there's the closed curly bracket for this if. So that will limit it to 5. And copy this, paste it in, and change this greater than to less than -5, and here equals -5. So now to make this work, we need this GR speed to control the Y position of our submarine. So click here at the end of that closed curly bracket, put a couple of enters in, and type this code. Sub, capital S-U-B, underscore MC, that's our movie clip, period Y, plus equals gravity speed, semicolon. So now this is going to say whatever the speed is based on this stuff up here, make that happen. So let's test the movie, test. it'll drop down to the bottom of the page and go to the top of the page and back down to the bottom of the page. So now let's see if we can see what happened. Right quick. It started off at 12.2, then it went 4, so it incremented by 2, then it incremented by 3, then it incremented by 4, then it incremented by 5, and if you look, it stayed at 5. And eventually, when I pressed the button, it would have gone the other direction, and this is in the other direction where it starts to get less and goes the other way. And if I look right here, it went 325, 328, 330, 331, and then it starts going back down. So it dropped from 31 to 30, so it's a drop of 1. Then it went from 30 to 28, a drop of 2, then a drop of 3, then a drop of 4, then a drop of 5, and it stays at 5, the rate we set it at. Okay, now we want to make sure that the submarine cannot go up over the top of the page or down through the bottom of our stage, and we do that by setting limits similar to what we did up there. So click off to the end of this line, couple enters, and type this code, and we'll do it again. And start off if open bracket sub underscore MC period Y is less than or equal to 25, close bracket. 25 on the y-axis would be somewhere around here. And if we actually looked at the sub itself, if I open this and look at the sub, it's highlighted, open the properties panel, and I can see that it's about 40 pixels high. So 25 should put me right around here. And also, while I'm clicking off to the side here, I want to make sure my stage is 400. So let's go back to that action code. Oops, I gotta select it first. And that's where we come up with this 25. So less than or equal to 25, close bracket. There's the open curly bracket. Sub underscore MC period Y equals 25, semicolon, and the close curly bracket. This says if the sub is going up the page, and hits the 25, even if you hold in the button, that's as high as it can go. So copy that, right click, copy it, paste it in, and change the less than to greater than, and we're going to have it, we know it's 400 down here, so I'm going to go with 380, and here put 380. So now we have limits set on this submarine, so it can't go. So I'm going to let it fall to the bottom of the page. I'm happy with that. I press the button, and it shouldn't be able to go to the top of the page. And I think that's enough for this tutorial. There's going to be a follow-up. It'll be part 3, where we actually are going to bring some torpedoes in and write some code for that. It'll be Flash CS6 tutorial 28, submarine game part 3. If you plan on doing it, make sure you save this video. Hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.